In a classroom of 30 children, 2 or 3 of them are likely living with ADHD. Most of them won't be diagnosed for years. Not because the signs weren't there, not because their teachers didn't care, but because no one had the right tools to see them early enough. That is the problem MindEcho was built to solve. Traditional ADHD screening often depends on clinical referrals, questionnaires, and lengthy evaluation processes that can take weeks to complete. In many cases, teachers who spend the most consistent time observing children in classroom settings do not have a structured tool to capture the patterns they notice. Access to specialists can also be limited, and delays in assessment may mean that important early signs are not acted on as quickly as they could be. There is often a gap between observation and action, and that gap is where MindEcho begins. MindEcho is an AI-powered behavioral screening platform built to help teachers identify ADHD-related patterns early and with confidence. Using 3 behavioral modules, eye movement analysis, body movement analysis, and speech analysis, MindEcho captures real data during a structured session and turns it into a clear, actionable report. MindEcho is built around 3 core behavioral modules, each capturing a different dimension of how a child engages. Powered by computer vision, MindEcho detects fidgeting, postural shifts, and hyperactive movement in real time as it happens. Using a standard webcam, MindEcho tracks how a child visually attends to tasks, monitoring focus duration, gaze patterns, and attention shifts in real time. No wearable device, no specialist equipment, just a camera. MindEcho also listens, analyzing verbal responses for patterns like impulsivity, delayed replies, and inconsistent engagement that may signal attention difficulties. 3 modules, 3 data streams, 1 unified report, giving teachers a structured, evidence-based view of the child's behavioral profile that they can actually act on. Let's walk through how MindEcho actually works. A teacher starts by logging into the platform or creating a new account in seconds. Registration is simple, just your name, email address, and a password. That's all it takes to get started. And if you ever forget your password, no problem. Just hit Forgot Password, enter your email, and MindEcho sends you a one-time OTP to get you straight back in. Secure, fast, and hassle-free. To start a new assessment, they fill in the child's basic information, name, age, class, and proceed to a structured behavioral questionnaire that captures teacher observations. Next, the system guides the teacher through setting up the camera and microphone, ensuring the child is correctly positioned for accurate data capture. The real-time analysis then begins, and body movement analysis is the first to activate, immediately tracking physical behavior as the child settles in. On screen, you can see the movement tracker actively monitoring physical behavior. After 5 minutes, the remaining 2 modules come online: eye movement analysis and speech analysis, each feeding data into the final profile in real time. Once the session is complete, MindEcho automatically compiles everything into a final report. The report summarizes behavioral indicators flagged across each module, along with an overall screening profile. This report can be saved, reviewed, and shared with specialists or parents as a structured starting point for further evaluation. All past reports are accessible directly from the dashboard, organized by class and grade, giving teachers a clear, structured view of assessment history across their entire student group. We started with a number. In a classroom of 30 children, 2 or 3 are likely living with ADHD. MindEcho exists so that number becomes a name, a child identified, a teacher informed, an intervention made. This is MindEcho.